coming up this weekend, the Printers Row Lit Fest is back September 11th and 12th, starting at Polk and Dearborn, and you get to meet over 100 different booksellers. There's going to be panels, there's going to be book signings, there's going to be so much stuff going on with all things literature. Maryse Meijer, an author here based in the Chicagoland area, is joining us. She's going to be in one of the panels. Maryse, this is your first time at the Printers Row Lit Fest, isn't it?
Yes, and I was delighted to be invited and annoyed all the years I wasn't. So.
Well, it's been going on for a long time. And, what have you noticed, especially, with your past work and, your recent book, The Seventh Mansion? Are you getting more people who maybe weren't avid readers interested in reading, especially everything we've been through over the past 18 months?
For sure. I think the pandemic, forced people to look around their houses and see what they could do to entertain themselves. And, books and stories are things that we've always needed, but we need them especially now, I think, and to remind us how to tell our own stories, but also to distract us from the horror story of the current reality
of what's going on in this world. Now let's talk a little bit about the Seventh Mansion. Give us a little synopsis of the book, because you even got a shout out from Shonda Rhimes' website, Shondaland, as far as this new novel.
Yeah. So quickly, it's an ecological novel about a young boy named Z who's obsessed with the environment and veganism. And he's also in love with a skeleton, a Catholic relic that he sees in a church in the woods near his house. And it's about his relationship with this spirit and this very special body, but also the body of the woods that he ends up trying to save. So.
Because in the beginning of the book, he makes a couple of friends. He's moved to a new location. Things are a lot different, for this character than he was probably used to, which I think is almost a parallel for everything that we've kind of gone through. I hate kind of bringing everything up in recent, past, but a lot of people have been taken out of their elements. And this is a story that, talks about someone who's out of their elements and kind of what happens after that.
Sort of somebody who's out of their element in that moment, but who has historically felt out of every moment and feeling out of sync with popular culture and with the society. And so, kind of the sort of radical sense of displacement. And then how do you find a sense of home within that, I guess?
So. Oh, exactly. Now, as far as Shonda Rhimes finding the book and the website, giving it a shout out, how did that all happen? And, what does it feel like to be a part of that list?
Well, I mean, it's great. And all of that happens through the magic of publicists. So I didn't have anything to do with it. But the books get sent out and you just hope that the people that you on your wish list will take a look at it and read it. And so,
let's talk a little bit about what you're going to be doing on Saturday. You're going to be part of a panel here at the Printers Row Lit Fest.
Yes, I think it's called Whit and Wisdom. I don't know why that's the title, but it's catchy. And I'll be, I think it's about short stories. We're all short story writers. It's me, Kate Wiesel's an amazing young writer here in Chicago. Mona Awad was supposed to be coming, but she had to pull out the last minute. So that's unfortunate. But Bess Winter also has got a great collection, and she will be there as well. So it'll be the three of us, and Rebecca Mackay will be the moderator.
That's amazing. Now let's talk a little bit about you. So you've been in Chicago for about 11 years. Your very first winter in the Chicagoland area was Snowmageddon, probably the craziest. I've lived in Chicago my whole life, but that's probably the craziest winter of them all. And you stayed, which I think is is commendable.
I love the snow. Coming from a place where there's, the snow never came from the sky in Fresno, California. To me, it was magical that first year, and it's still magical.
It is still magical. And I'll talk a little bit about, either winters in Chicago or your neighborhood. You're talking a little bit about the birds and, nature of where you are here now. How does the city of Chicago inspire your writing? And how do you feel connected to our city and to be able to bring the things that you put on paper to us?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I'm not a writer of place. I don't really write about the places where I am or where I have been. But Chicago is an amazing city, and one of my favorite cities, honestly, in the world that I've been to, because there's almost as much here as there is in New York, but the people are nicer. The pace is a lot slower, and we are lucky to live in a city in a park that was designed to protect natural spaces and make them accessible for everyone in the city to enjoy. I mean, I live in Hyde Park in the South Side, and there are just miles and miles and miles of open green land near the lake. Now, of course, this is occupied land. That lakefront is unceded land, so that's an unfortunate reality. But unlike a lot of cities, we have protections and we have laws that say that, developers can't build in places that are here for the public to enjoy. And I think spending time along the lakefront the entire 11 years that I've been here, and watching the changes and watching how people use the space and enjoy the space, I don't know, it's a great gift. And it comes with, it's very, as I mentioned, it's very complex, the history of Chicago, and the land is complex and unsettling and depressing on some level, but we do have a lot of resources that other cities don't have, and we're a really resilient city and diverse city, and all of that inspires me every day. So I feel really lucky to live here.
That's awesome. We are lucky to have you here. We're lucky to have you here on Saturday, September 11th at the Printers Row Lit Fest. printersrowlitfest.org is where you can go ahead and find more information, where you can find out more about Maryse and her work, and then all the other authors that are going to be there as well too. Thank you so much for your time today. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you.